Hi, I'm Kevin Hill, and today we're going to do another fun painting. So let's get started. We'll start off today with a 2-inch brush and some black and blue. And let's just start right up here at the top. And drop in a little bit of this color, just here and there. Don't want too much. I think we're going to have some big clouds in our sky today. So we just want to see a few little patches of sky. Next, we'll load up a 1-inch brush with some white paint. And we can begin just dropping in a few little clouds. Just use the corner of the brush and drop them right in. We don't need a ton. We just want to rub in a few. We're really not looking for a lot of detail. Just some nice little clouds. Maybe these are kind of big clouds. They float right around here. Reload the brush so you have fresh white. Don't try to stretch it too far. There. And then as we come down, we'll want to just touch into a tiny little bit of brown. And rub that brown down here at the bottom. Touch of red. Not much red. Very, very little. Kind of work it into that canvas. Bend the brush. Rub it right in. So the canvas is almost just stained with that brown. With a clean 2-inch brush, we can begin blending these clouds. I'm just using tiny, tiny circles to gently mix up the bottom of the cloud. That's all it is. Little circles. You don't want to overblend. You can blend it so much that you'll lose all these nice variations between light and dark that are already built into the cloud just by doing it quickly and loosely. So you don't want to lose those. Those are nice. You just want to soften the cloud a little. Just a little. And then down here, we can soften it a little more. Notice how there's some color down here, but it's just not very bright. We don't want overpowering color, just a soft suggestion. And then lightly lift the cloud, brush the cloud, whatever you want, just to soften it. Now with the fan brush and some brown and blue, a little bit of black and white. And that'll give us a nice little gray-blue color. Let's come right in here, right about here, and just rub in a little indication of a foothill back here. Not much, just a soft, soft little shape. Now we'll load up a filbert brush with some brown and green. And let's come right over here and begin tapping in some little trees. Now if you wanted to use maybe the top corner of the 1-inch brush, that would work too. I just think today I'm going to use the filbert brush for these tiny trees in the background. And as you can see, I did put in a basic sketch of maybe a little house back there. This house is going to be kind of in the background, but I wanted to figure out where it was going before we went too far, so we can kind of plan the rest of the painting around it. Now with the filbert brush and a little bit of yellow and green, we can drop on just a few little highlights on these background trees. Just touch with that brush, really just like you would with a 1 or 2-inch brush when you're highlighting. Just a gentle little push, the highlight should come right off. And if it doesn't, then you thin it down with a little bit of the paint thinner. Next, we'll load up a fan brush with some yellow and green. And I'm going to show you a different way to paint some grass. I'm just going to come in here and tap. Just tap. Now there's no under paint. Nothing dark down here. So as you tap, reach into a little bit of more green or more brown, and you're going to have to vary the colors as you go. You don't want to end up with one flat grass color. There's some white. Maybe grab quite a bit of white every once in a while. That's a good thing. And you're just going to tap in this nice distant grassy meadow. That's the reason I didn't put down any sort of underpaint, because it's so far away. I really don't want much contrast. And I like the different variations I get. And I just tap on a little bit of that brown and green, white. Just let it happen. Very interesting. Kind of a different effect. I like showing you some different ideas. Now when you're done with your background, then we can start on this building. Now I'm going to use a different brush today. I'm using a small flat brush. It's a synthetic bristle brush. I chose synthetic today because it's going to hold a very nice chisel shape, very square edges. And so we'll just fill in the shadow side of the building. A little bit of brown paint. And I did just have that basic loose little sketch. Now we can add in a few of the final details. Maybe just a little bit more of the wood texture down the front of this little house. Just drag that brush right down. This is still a synthetic brush. Now with a little bit of black and blue on a 1-inch brush. Let's go ahead and think about maybe a little river down here. So we'll just drop it right in. This is just the dark part. We're going to come back and add some nice highlights and maybe a waterfall. Let's do that. I think that'd be great. And you can kind of touch into a little bit of the brown as you come down to the foreground. With the 1-inch brush and some black, we can add in just a few little bushes here. This will kind of separate the background from the foreground. So we'll just tap in a little bit of the dark color, just like this. And maybe while we have that paint on the brush, let's just fill it all in down here. Maybe we'll have some grass here. With the 1-inch brush, we can drop in a little tree over here. Maybe a big tree over here, really. In fact, this tree is so big, it comes right over like that. Kind of frames this painting in. Just tap it and work on the shape. We're really just worried about that outside shape. Don't get any symmetrical patterns. With the fan brush and some white, we can come right in here and make a couple of little waterfalls. Just let them run right over. We'll put the rocks in later. There. Maybe add a little blue to that color. And now down here, we'll have a little bit of highlight on that water. Maybe a little highlight back here too. With the knife and some black and brown, we can drop in a few rocks right around this little river. I'm just using the small edge of the knife to drop them right in. With a little bit of brown and white, we can add some highlight to these rocks. Just touch and work that highlight in very, very lightly. Don't push too hard or it'll all just mix together. With the 2-inch brush and some yellow and green, we can begin adding some highlight now. So I'm just going to tap with that brush. Tap lightly, only enough pressure to get the paint to come off. If you push too hard, it'll all just mix together and you're not going to be happy with it. Just a light little touch. With the 1-inch brush and some yellow and green, we can tap on a little bit of highlight on this tree. We don't want too much though, because I want to keep all this area in here very bright and the stuff out on the edges not so bright. And that'll really draw your eye in toward the center. Now with the liner brush, we can drop in maybe a tree that doesn't have any leaves, just to kind of change it up. If you want to put leaves on it, you can. I just think I'm going to leave it just the way it is. All right, well, I think we're done. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. Don't forget to check out my website and also my instructional DVDs. And thanks for watching.